Very, very, very interesting video. And obviously, Mum is with me doing this one. You guys
Yes,
are
I am.
absolutely loving these. You don't know much about America,
No.
so this is perfect. 20 things only Americans do and think.
It's normal.
Yeah, thank you. It's basically just going to be things that Americans are doing, we don't do. Obviously,
They think it's normal.
Yeah, they think it's normal.
We don't.
And we probably don't.
Okay.
Right? If you guys are enjoying these, by the way, make sure you do leave a thumbs up, comment down below. The more you do that, the more we'll bring Mum back for more videos. She's honestly enjoying them as much as you guys are.
Love it.
She loves it. She loves it.
I do.
Let's jump into the 20 things only Americans are doing.
Let's go.
Good call in these outfits, dude.
It's the only call. You know what I mean?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 things only Americans do.
Go.
Get a ton of this shit.
For this list, we're looking at common beliefs and practices in the United States. They don't need to be exclusively American, just something that Americans are known for. If there's something uniquely American that didn't make our list, unite in the comments to state your picks.
Aye.
Number 20, refer to the USA as America.
What do you refer to America as?
America.
Yeah. So is that, how is that things that only Americans do? Because I would say America as well.
I would say I'm going to America.
Yeah.
I would have said they say USA.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's saying. Is the volume okay for you, by the way?
Yeah.
Outside of the United States of America, referring to the country as America is much less commonplace.
Really?
After all, there are 2 entire continents called America, comprising like 35 distinct nations. Referring to only one country on one of those continents as America too is really confusing for anyone who doesn't live there.
From
What?
this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
Well, that is true. Like, they got South America,
Yeah.
which is like Brazil, Mexico, and all that.
So they wouldn't call that America then?
No. So, like, technically, America is USA. Like, the country's
Yeah.
called USA.
Yeah.
And that's North America. I think Canada's even included in North America. But they just refer to it as America. But we do as well. Well, I do.
Well, yeah.
So,
America's- yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that one is only Americans are doing.
Yet the
No.
US, USA, the United States, or just the States is much more common in the rest of the world.
Okay?
Even so, everyone still calls its residents Americans.
Maybe outside
which
of the
isn't
UK.
confusing at all.
You can't.
Oh, yeah, because you call anyone that's in America Americans. You don't say they're USAians. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
USAians. What is that?
Like, they are called Americans.
Say it, but you know it's true.
Number 19, throw gender reveal parties.
Did we do that?
Cultures the world over.
Yeah, we are doing that now.
We just copy America, don't
Yeah,
we?
but they do it. We do copy America, but they do it big. Gender
Yeah.
reveal parties.
Yeah.
Ours are just a little living room with a cracker that lets out pink or blue.
Did Georgia do a gender reveal party?
No,
Yeah, I don't know anyone that's actually
No.
done one, but
we have a lot of what you call them when you're pregnant?
oh, baby showers.
Baby showers.
Baby showers.
We do a lot of baby showers.
Right. We
But-
probably saw that from America
But
as well.
we've just started doing these gender reveals.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with a lot of these. I feel like with a lot of these that we're going to see in this video is things that we're starting to
do.
copy
Yeah.
from America.
We'll
Yeah.
have traditions to prepare expecting parents and celebrate the expected birth of a child.
Thank you so much for throwing me this baby shower, girls. I feel so welcome to the neighborhood.
Of course.
Yeah, Georgia did
Shower.
something like that, right?
Americans have
There
really
you go.
taken the
One of
concept
them.
and run with it. An entire industry has been built around baby showers, as well as their modern relatives' gender reveal parties. Emerging in
Okay.
the 2000s, the latter have become infamous for sometimes absurd levels of showmanship.
Most people in the UK, though, will just tell you what the baby is. Like, they already know. They won't do a party.
Yeah, or they'll do a party, but they'll still tell you what the baby is.
Yeah.
just to spoil the fun.
Some over-the-top reveals have been responsible for injuries and even disasters. They remain somewhat controversial, with many people, including Americans, not really getting why they're
America's just like a party for everything.
I don't know why, but I'm
They
gonna
do.
cry.
Oh my gosh, why are you gonna cry?
Because I'm just really happy for you.
You look like it.
You look like you're happy.
Number 18. Experience huge bathroom stall gaps.
Right this way, sir.
It's still what?
Look. See, I know
Every
this
country's
already,
restrooms have
but you see this. So in America,
Yeah.
look at the gaps.
What? Underneath the door?
Yeah. So you can see people's like lower legs when they're in the cubicle.
But we've got that.
No, our gaps are to the floor.
Oh.
You can't see people's legs
We've got them in prison cells, though.
in prison cells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you've been to a prison cell.
No, they have got them in prison cells. They're about that big, aren't they?
What do you mean?
They have the doors, the gaps.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to prison.
Yeah. They have.
No, but how would you feel? Like, let's say you're in public, right? And you gotta take a poop, right?
Yeah.
And you gotta poop there, and people can see your ankles and lower legs.
And your trousers and your pants. and
Yeah,
everything.
hanging down.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bit weird for us, isn't it? That is a bit weird for us.
I can't do that.
And I'm pretty sure,
No.
like, I've seen that they have like gaps in like the doors as well. So like, if you really try, like they say like you don't really notice it, but if you really try, you look outside the gap in the door, and someone walk by and look, they could probably like make eye contact with.
Is there a reason why they do that though?
Yeah, it's
Put the
like for
gaps.
safety and like so people can't be doing dodgy things in there. Like that someone's in there.
That's why they leave the gap.
Yeah,
Well, what can they be doing in the toilet?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
And if they're that worried, just take the doors off.
I don't know. Like, look, you can see there, right here. Hold up. See that gap in the door?
Oh my god, yeah.
We don't have that. Like, it's so weird for us because
Yeah,
our
no.
toilets are fully sealed.
I wouldn't go in.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
I wouldn't be going in there. Otherwise, I'd be sticking toilet paper all down that crack, and that would take me ages, and then I'd end up wetting myself. That's hard work.
Every country's restrooms have their own quirks, like
Right.
different sinks and toilet bowls. The US is known for having a high volume of water in their bowls and large gaps in their bathroom stalls, both under the door and between the door and the walls. Visitors can be taken aback at the lack of privacy. Some hold that they're designed for easy
Yeah, look
cleaning
at
or
that.
construction. Others that it allows one
No.
to check which stalls are occupied, although occupancy indicators on the locks can do that too.
Maybe so you can see if there's someone in there.
Isn't that why we have locks on the door?
Yeah, exactly.
As a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, do you guys in America have, so in our doors, in toilets, we have locks, but like it'll go from green to red on the outside.
Yeah,
So you can
engaged.
see it's locked.
Or vacant.
Yeah. Do you guys have that? So like, if you look at the door, you'll see like a colour on like the handle.
And we call them cubicles, and they call them stalls.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, they do.
Don't we? That's
they
really...
do call them
Stalls are like market stalls, what we buy from.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what they call them.
We call stalls market tables with
Yeah.
goods on what you sell from.
No, it is
That's-
tripping. It is a lot of different
Yeah.
like words for
In
different
case
things.
the lock is broken, you can see if it's taken.
A backup system?
It might also make it more difficult to get up to no good in there. Whatever the case, public bathrooms in the US are built for speed, not comfort.
Right.
sit down and go to the bathroom already?
Number 17, have pharmacies that sell groceries.
Oh.
In most of the world, pharmacies sell exactly what their name implies, pharmaceuticals. While you will see tangentially related items like grooming products or hygienic things
Yeah.
like toothbrushes,
Right, we
pharmacies
have them.
don't usually
Yeah.
carry food or toys. But in the US, that's much more common.
You know what else they have in their pharmacies that I've seen? They sell like cigarettes and booze.
What?
Yeah. So like you're gonna go and get your medicine, but then you could also buy cigarettes that's gonna make you more ill to get medicine.
That's bizarre. That's bizarre.
The country is all about the all-in-one experience. Not only will dedicated grocery stores have pharmacies built in, but pharmacies will also carry groceries. Granted, the selection isn't always great.
It's handy,
but if
though.
you're desperate for milk and
Well,
the
yeah, you
grocery
can get
store
it all
is
over and
closed
done
or
in
you
one
just don't
go.
feel like
Yeah, it's
crossing the street
handy.
to get there, you can get some. While most of the world still limits drugstores
Like,
to...
how handy would that be? Like, let's say you need to pick up some medicine, right?
Yeah.
But then, you know, you need some toilet roll or some milk or
Pint
whatnot.
milk.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
some groceries, you know.
Just get it all in
Easy.
one-stop shop.
drugs
Exactly.
and self-care products. We have a feeling this one might catch on. Number 16, vote before they can drink.
Right.
Worldwide, the age at which a person can legally drink alcohol is most commonly 18, the age usually considered to be adulthood, though it is even earlier in some countries.
You know what?
The
It's in
voting
America,
age
right?
on a global scale is also generally 18, for similar reasons, although of course there are exceptions.
The Voting Rights Act of 1970.
Wait, do you know how old they can drink it in America?
18, isn't it?
No, 21.
Is it 21?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, 21.
Why?
I think it's something to do with, so it's a less drink driving. I don't know.
But they can drive at 17.
16.
They drive at 16.
They drive earlier than us. Yeah.
So they can drive at 16, but they can't drink until they're 21.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they can vote at 18. And they can also have licenses for guns at 18. But they can't drink till 21.
So wait a minute. Right, let me get this right.
Here we go.
Okay. So you can own a gun
Yep.
at 18,
Yep.
but you can't celebrate your birthday with an alcoholic beverage
Legally.
at 21.
Yeah,
21.
until 21, yeah.
That's messed up, isn't it? I would have put them the other way round.
You would think, right?
I would put them the other way
You
round.
would think.
Yeah. And the reason why they're not allowed to drink, so they don't drink drive, but they're not worried about someone going in at 18, picking up a gun, saying, I've just had a fallout with my best mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow him away.
You'd think that the guns are more but then again, no, it's not actually.
Why?
See,
Why is it not?
that's a very so I've seen America quite a lot, right? And you haven't. So like we would think initially guns are way more dangerous than drinking. But it's not when you think about it. Drinking causes way more accidents, way more deaths, way more problems.
Yeah, I suppose it's accidental deaths as well. I
But-
suppose you're not going to pick up a gun and just accidentally blow your foot off. And,
What? It's
well, I
happened.
suppose it had happened. It would if I got hold of the gun.
But I do like, they obviously do drink before 21. They do, because they're at
Yeah.
university and college
Yeah,
and stuff,
of course
right?
they do. They have all
But
them
like,
frat parties.
Yeah.
Frat parties?
yeah, they go big on like the
Yeah,
frats and
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah. But like, you would think if you're classed as an 18, as an adult, you could drink. So 18, they class as an adult, you could vote, buy guns, whatever, do anything as an adult can. You'd think drinking is an adult responsibility.
So if I was 18 and went to America,
Yep.
legally,
Oh,
because
wait, I
I'm
don't know.
British, I'm legal to drink.
I
If
don't
I
know.
go to America, will I get in trouble?
I actually don't know.
That'd be interesting to find
I
out.
genuinely don't know.
Lowered
Maybe you
the
have to
voting
follow their
age
rules.
To 18 for national elections, and the 26th Amendment made the change to 18 permanent for all elections.
And 18 is where it has stayed for the past 50 years.
However, the United States requires young adults to wait 3 years after being able to vote before legally being allowed to drink at 21. This was enacted during the 1980s to prevent alcohol-related driving accidents.
This law has been an abysmal failure. It hasn't reduced or eliminated drinking. It has simply driven it underground, behind closed doors, into the most risky and least manageable of settings.
That is true, actually.
agree.
It's easy monitored if it is legal.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? And that also comes with like, this is way off topic, but I've spoke about this in stream. You know, like drugs?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, if you made it legal and monitored it, it'd probably be safer.
Yeah.
Even though they are bad.
Yeah, obviously, if it's like the less hardcore drugs.
Yeah.
If it's the less hardcore drugs, then yeah. Because people are getting hold of it and it's all, they're mixing it with everything.
Yeah. I've heard, I think it's Norway. Have you heard this before? In Norway, or one of those countries in Europe, they've actually legalized it, but they've set up loads of like companies to help you with it. and their drug use is actually getting better.
Then that's a good thing.
Yeah. So
That's
like,
a good thing.
they tried it out and it's actually working or something.
It helped in the short term. Ultimately, it hasn't really stopped teenagers from drinking.
Because when it's
The
illegal, you
result
just
is
do it
that
in a
many
risky
people,
situation.
both inside
And
and
you're gonna
outside
be
the U.S.,
binging more.
question the logic of why an 18-year-old American can decide who forms the government but not get buzzed.
Yeah.
The reality is everyone drinks before they turn 21.
Right.
That's why when you go out for your first legal drink, you have to react with that faux surprise like you've never heard of alcohol before. Ooh, what does this alcohol taste like? Oh, it's unusual. Oh, this is true.
Number 15, get free refills.
Oh,
One of
I
the biggest
want
differences
this.
between American restaurants and the rest of the world are their drink
from
rates.
certain places.
Most
No, we
American.
don't. You have to pay more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah,
we don't really.
No, we have to pay
For
for
the free
refill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like 2 times the price.
Yeah, so if we're paying, it should just be called a refill.
Yeah.
Why are they calling it?
It's not free.
A free refill.
Yeah, it's not free. Whereas they will get a drink in literally every place.
Yeah.
There isn't alcohol, even coffee and tea. They'll get a drink, and the servers will walk around and just top you
Yeah,
up.
we talked about this in one of the videos.
They will, yeah, it's really good.
And many Canadian restaurants and other establishments will offer at least one free refill.
I drink
of
a lot as well, so I'll
non-alcoholic
love
drink.
that.
Refill. Free!
Where is it going?
The idea
See, that
is
was
that
for
because
me.
of the low
It's
cost
free.
of drinks,
It's free, I want
particularly
it.
fountain soft drinks, offering a refill won't hurt the establishment's bottom line.
I think Subway
particularly
before
if
might
drinks
have done
are
a
not
free
the primary
refill. I don't know
source
if
of
it's
Yeah,
done, though.
that's it.
However,
Yeah,
the
Subway do
idea
it.
has been slow to catch on in the rest of the world, and it's nowhere near as consistently offered. Some countries have
tight.
raised concern that a practice like this can lead
We
to
don't
an
do free
increase in
things.
obesity.
We don't,
we
not
don't-
in this
Number
country.
14,
We don't even give a
tip
free
service
smile.
personnel.
We
All right,
don't.
everybody cough up some green for the little lady.
Oh, I love this film.
What film is it?
Reservoir Dogs.
Not seen it.
I don't tip.
Are you crazy?
Not seen it.
Oh my god.
While the concept of tipping
Brilliant
wait
film.
staff or other people in the service industry is known worldwide, few countries have embraced the concept to the degree the U.S. has.
Yeah, we
Labor
don't
movements
tip much.
declare the practice undemocratic, and anti-tipping legislation was enacted across several
But the
states.
thing is, right, what people need to understand is, would you tip people?
No.
No. And why? Because most of the time they're rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And they already add it to our bill now.
Do they?
Yeah, they add it to the bill. You get service charge added to your bill.
Oh, I have seen that a couple of times.
You get it up. It's
Yeah.
always added to your bill, service charge. So you've had a Karen that serves you, spilt your drink all over you, gave you a cold dinner, and you're going to be charged a service charge.
Yeah.
Unless you ask them, and you see it, and you ask
Oh,
them
wait,
to
you
take
can
it
ask to
off.
take it off?
You can ask them to take it off.
Have you've done that before, yeah?
Absolutely. You know I'm doing that. You know I'm doing that.
But restaurants and rail operators like the Pullman Company embraced tipping because it allowed them, among other things, to hire recently freed slaves without having to pay them.
Many workers,
They're
particularly in
typical
the
tips
restaurant
because they
industry,
pay them so
rely
little.
on gratuities
So they
to get
rely
by,
on the tips.
in part
Yeah.
because laws allow managers to pay sub-minimum wages
Right.
to tipped workers. However, in various other countries, tipping is seen as insulting. They're just doing their jobs, after all.
Each year, Americans spend $40 billion on tips.
Wow.
That's more than we spend on foreign aid and more than we spend on gambling.
What?
And like gambling, it's not entirely clear that tipping makes any sense in the first place.
While some countries' workers certainly appreciate it, it isn't expected like it is in the U.S.
But their service
Mostly
is so much
because
better than
employees
ours.
are paid a high enough baseline salary that they don't need tips
I
to
ain't
survive.
got a problem. If the
Restaurant
service
owners
is
still pay
good,
their-
if the service is good, then tip.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
But in this country, when we tip, it doesn't go in that person's pocket.
Oh yeah, a lot of the times it goes into the like
It
the
goes
business.
into the business,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
people don't see it at all.
Yeah, that is true.
Their servers less than minimum wage, turning what used to be a bribe into an obligation that makes the end of every meal suck.
The American military is probably the best in the world, as
Yeah.
it should be, since
Well,
it's
it is.
also one of the best funded militaries
So
in the
powerful.
world. In fact, the U.S. spends several times more on their military than their nearest competitor, China. What's more, there are more than a few American citizens who have a higher than average fascination with their own military and its culture.
I thank you as our as your commander-in-chief.
Yeah, they love them
Because you
military. They're
inspire
so like
me.
patriotic and like flags out.
Your
and-
willingness to serve,
we
to
just
step
not, are
forward
we?
Nah.
at a time of war and say, send me, is the reason.
I think our problem in the UK is like,
They don't do no.
no, but we're so like rude to each other and strangers. I feel like in the UK we just, unless you're like a family or friends, we just hate each other.
Yeah.
We just I don't think anyone likes each other.
Well, we do.
What, strangers?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like family and friends.
We don't talk to strangers,
No,
do we?
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is really hard in the UK to click with a new person.
Yeah.
But when you do, then you're really close.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is very hard.
We are really good to the close people around us.
Even the next door neighbours, you don't really,
No.
you don't nip round and say, hi, here's
No.
a cat cake and a cup
No,
of tea.
yeah, I've
and
not
that
even
cup
spoke
of
to mine.
hot rat." No.
Yeah, no.
We don't, do we?
No.
We shut the door and we're ignorant. We really are ignorant.
But that's everyone
We
in the UK.
are.
That's just how we
Yeah,
are. That's
we're
just
ignorant.
how we're just raised.
The United States stay strong and free.
While other countries certainly appreciate their troops, you don't, see as many people wearing camouflage
It
as
would be
a
nice to
legitimate
be
fashion
like that,
statement.
though.
Absolutely.
It
Likewise,
would.
Yeah,
you
it
don't
would.
see movies made elsewhere that glorify the military to the degree that the U.S. does.
Do me a favor. Tell my children I love them very much.
I love this film as well.
Oh, you love this film? I don't even know what this is.
Independence Day.
I might have seen it.
Oh, you have.
Part of the American enthusiasm is certainly rooted in patriotism. Still, it may also be a reaction to an increasingly anti-military sentiment that has popped up over the last several decades.
No war, okay? No war, okay? Oh, here you go, boys. This will help you
South
protest.
Park.
It's good to see
You
that
don't
you
see
care
South
about
Park?
peace,
No.
boys, okay?
Number 12. Use red plastic
Right,
cups.
yeah, we
If
went
you've
over
ever
this on
seen
another
an
video, didn't
American
we?
movie where a college party happens,
And we're doing
chances
it now,
are you've
aren't
seen
we?
Yeah, we
characters
are
drinking
copying
from
them.
red cups.
It's handy though, because you don't have to clean them. Like our parties and your parties, everyone uses a glass.
Yeah.
And I've smashed your glasses before.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
get dirty. You have
yeah.
to clean them.
Yeah.
That you can't smash, and you don't have to clean.
Yeah, but they've got red, but we've always had white or clear.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
We've always had white or
We're
clear.
just basic.
Yeah.
We're just like, but that's their flag color.
These red plastic or solo cups are everywhere in the U.S. The cheap drinking
But then
containers
again, our
are a
flag
favorite
colours
at
are the
parties,
same as
both for
America's.
their durability
Yeah.
and their ease of use in party
Blue,
games.
red, white.
While they're also handy for crafts or gardening, they're most famous for their intended purpose. However, the rest of the world either doesn't have the United States party culture's emphasis on kegs,
We are
or
copying 'em.
lacks the same distinctive cups,
We are.
originally
We are,
manufactured
a
by the
lot.
Solo Cup Company. At most,
Ours
you
aren't as big
might
as
see
that.
them at a novelty American-themed
Yeah,
party.
because
Ours are
bigger in
only
America.
Number
little-
11.
little
Wear
tiny
shoes
farty things.
inside. Taking off your shoes before
See,
you
I
enter
feel
a
like
home,
we do
or at
this.
least in the entryway, is pretty common etiquette in many countries.
Don't do that.
We used to.
I feel like we just don't really care no more.
No, I've never gone round a house and said, "Do you want me to take my shoes off?" But it's a sign of respect. But years
is.
ago, when I was a kid, you'd get a clip round the ear roll if you didn't take your shoes off.
Yeah, I
because your
suppose-
mum's just had a new carpet.
Yeah, it does make sense.
And you know another thing what we used to do is keep plastic over the sofas. We used to cover, if you've got a new sofa, when I was a kid, my mum and dad used to cover it in plastic. Plastic, and you'd have to sit on the plastic.
What, on the sofa?
Yeah, you
So
weren't
what's the
allowed-
point of the sofa? You may as well just get a plastic
You
chair.
weren't allowed to sit on the sofa. It was covered in plastic.
I wonder if anyone in America did that.
So you had to take shoes off and sit on plastic.
Why'd you take your shoes off? So I don't break your nose.
And while many Americans do prefer to keep footwear off their floors, it isn't a hard and fast rule like it is in other places.
Right.
Often it will depend on whether the person has carpeted floors or
I feel like
hardwood
it just
floors,
depends on the
with
household,
latter
if
considered
they want it or
easier to
not.
clean.
They'll tell you.
Since it's not considered the norm, though, asking guests to take off their shoes indoors can come across as rude or fussy, and
Oh, I
so
didn't know it'd be
is often
rude.
avoided. Number 10.
I didn't know it'd be rude if you asked guests to take them off. I feel like that'd be fine. Like if somebody wants you to take off your
I
shoes,
don't
that's
think
fine.
I'd like to ask somebody to take the shoes off.
Oh, I would.
Oh, I wouldn't.
If I had like new carpets, then I'd be like, "Oh, can you take your shoes off when you go upstairs?" But most of the time, people will ask, do
You
you
should
want the
say,
same much?
would you mind just taking your shoes off?
Maybe.
Eat peanut butter as their go-to spread.
You don't have peanut butter,
Peanuts are grown and eaten in many parts of the world. But
love peanut
it's the
butter.
United States
I don't
and
think I could
Canada
eat it
that
like
do
that.
most of the peanut butter eating.
Peanut butter man now, eh, sir?
They're
Yes.
crazy on peanut butter, though.
believe I
Peanut
am.
butter, everything.
I thoroughly enjoy this peanut butter.
A lot of countries see it as a niche or even unpleasant taste. Others have a spread that is more culturally ingrained, like Nutella.
Yeah, we go big on
USA
Nutella.
We're
cannot get
big on
enough of
Nutella.
peanut butter, though, consuming over 1 billion pounds of it annually. January 24th is even
Mad.
National Peanut Butter Day. It's a cheap source of protein that most
Peanut
American
butter
children
day?
grow up eating.
Yeah, they're
So it's
crazy
no
on
wonder
peanut
that it's
butter.
a comfort food for many of them. Number 9.
It is nice.
work
I
too
do
much.
like it.
Americans are workaholics, at least compared to basically every other country in the world. The majority of Americans work more than 40 hours a week.
Why do we do this to ourselves? Well, the conventional answer is that this attitude towards work makes the American economy the envy of the world. America is a hectic, turbocharged system that builds, destroys, rebuilds, all at warp speed.
They also tend to lack many of the things the rest of the world takes for granted, like paid holidays, as well as sick and parental leave. Research has shown that happier, less stressed workers do better at their jobs. Iceland even recently tried a 4-day
Yeah, it's gonna come up in this, but in America, they don't take their vacation days, holiday days. They don't take them. Like, even if they get them, they don't want to take them.
Why?
Because I feel like I've been told, like, in America, they feel like they're at risk of losing jobs if they do take vacation. Like, in the UK, everyone is using every holiday.
Yeah, but so do they still get the holiday entitlements?
Less.
They
Like,
get less.
they probably get like a week or 2 weeks.
So a week and 2 weeks of the year,
Yeah.
and they don't take that.
Yeah, a lot of them won't take it.
Oh my god.
Crazy, isn't it?
Do they phone in sick all the time as well?
There's
Probably
lots
not.
of other benefits to a 4-day working week. It's not just
The UK, everyone's taking every holiday, and they're taking all the sick days. They're phoning sick even if they're not sick.
Yeah.
the environment. You know, it's not just the mental health.
It's
and
probably why their
economy,
country is
economy.
like so
Also environmental
big and
benefits too. You know, evidence looks
making
like
so much
when
money.
we're commuting less as a result of a 4-day week, that brings down emissions. Also, energy consumption goes down. So this is a policy that's win-win for the environment, for workers, for employers. What's not to like about it?
Several European countries take long breaks for lunch. While the American drive is admirable,
She looks
grind
stressed.
culture
Yeah.
becomes problematic when it
She needs
costs
an
workers
holiday.
their mental health and well-being. Number 8, make small talk with strangers.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Americans are known for their friendliness towards strangers, especially outside of
Hey,
business.
you know what? What?
That's nice.
I feel like you're the best person to ever respond to this.
Right.
Because in the UK,
Yeah.
I would say from knowing you,
Yeah.
you would speak to strangers more than anyone.
Yeah.
You would.
I would.
Like, you go around a car boot, you talk to strangers and
Yeah.
whatnot. You'll go around anywhere and just
Yeah.
talk to strangers. So
Yeah.
you would. And do you talk to strangers?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
A lot.
Only like in them situations.
Yeah. What about like if you go
If
to
I'm-
the shop?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No.
So like if you pass by someone in the
I
road.
put my head down.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm telling you right now, my mum is definitely one of the few that would talk to strangers.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
And-
If I'm put in the situation where I have to, i.e. on the car boot or the market
Right.
or whatever, and I'm like, hey, how's your day? What have you been doing
Yeah, yeah,
today? How
yeah.
you doing? Oh, it's cold today, blah, blah, blah. And I can talk.
Yeah, they would do that, but even if they just pass someone on the street.
No, I couldn't do it. I have to put my head down and walk back.
Yeah, see, that's
I
what
have to
everyone
be
does.
focused on what I'm doing. Go and get my... Even if I'm in a queue, you
Yeah.
you
Don't
avoid,
talk.
you avoid eye contact. You get what you get in.
Yeah.
Go home, lock your door, and that's it.
Yeah, in America, they're on a train, they'll talk to the person next to them. They're in a queue, they'll talk to the person next to them. They pass by someone they don't even know, they might stop and have a quick chat.
What?
Yeah, smile at each other.
See, that's nice though.
Yeah.
'cause
See,
that's a community.
You're lucky in the UK if you just like caught eye contact with a stranger and you do the nod. Like I would do the nod. I'd be like,
Yeah.
or the like the awkward smile where you like,
Yeah, but if we do get that, if I was going to the shop and someone walked past me and went, I'd be like, what are you nodding at? What's up? No, No, you would, though, wouldn't you?
But yeah, we just don't talk to strangers.
Or someone just stopped you out the blue and went, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah, you'd be like,
"What are you? What?" No.
I've said to them before. If a lad stops me and speaks to me, I think I'm getting robbed.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if it was a grandma that was doing it, I'd be less scared. But if let's say like just a guy, a man, stopped me and went, like, "Oh hi," I'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
Yeah.
Like,
take
am I gonna get
Take-
robbed?
Have it.
Do you know what I mean?
Have the loaf of bread and a
Yeah.
pint of milk.
We just don't do it.
We don't.
Yeah,
no.
we don't do that. It would be nice.
It would be nice. Occasionally.
Oh yeah, unless you're busy.
Yeah. Or you're in a bad mood. If you're in a bad mood and you got someone going,
Right.
you're like, just go away. Oh, for God's sake, just go away.
Yeah, but I feel like we show our bad mood more than Americans. From what I've heard and seen, they're more
Really?
smiley, more mask their bad
And
mood
that's
and just.
and that's probably what we need over here to,
Oh,
to
we're
make
we're
me
miserable.
lift my head up when I'm going to the shop instead of being all grumpy and don't want to look at
Yeah,
everyone.
we're miserable.
Yeah, we are miserable,
We
aren't
are.
we?
We
Even
are.
the shopkeepers are horrible. Everything's horrible.
It's not uncommon for Americans to smile at each other in passing, but
Right.
their comfort with new people also extends to small talk, saying hello or even striking up a conversation out of the blue.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, and feel you would be unable or unwilling to perform the duties listed on the safety card, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you.
In many countries, speaking to strangers unprompted can be seen as intrusive or even risky.
Yeah, we wouldn't even do
Many
that on the
Americans
plane.
are masters of
No.
the art, though, often happy to chat with people they've never met about the weather, sports, or whatever else comes up in conversation.
It looks like a carrot, honey.
Who looks like a carrot? Hi.
Number 7, casually own guns. In many countries, gun laws are strict and
Yeah, we
gun
don't have
ownership
that.
is
I
relatively
really don't
rare.
want to see Danny
In the
DeVito
US,
hold
gun
two
ownership is
guns.
protected by
Wait, why? I don't know who he is. Him?
You don't know who he is?
No, I don't know who he is.
That's Danny DeVito.
Who's Danny DeVito?
Oh, can you? Oh, the film Twins.
No.
Oh my God, is it? Bro, he was in Matilda. He was the dad in Matilda.
Oh.
He's a brilliant actor.
Wait, why?
He's married to, I forget her name. She used to be in Cheers.
Don't know.
You don't even know what Cheers is,
No,
do
I
you?
don't even know what that.
No.
Why don't you want him holding two guns?
Because he just looked dodgy. He's about
And
4
gun
foot
ownership
nothing.
is
He's got
relatively
the, look,
rare. In the
I mean-
US, gun ownership is protected by the Second Amendment, and gun ownership is the highest in the world. Despite making up 4% of the global population, Americans own 46% of civilian-held firearms. There's a distinct gun culture, where gun ownership is celebrated or at least seen as important for personal safety. Most states even allow you to open carry.
But it's a lucky thing.
so tiny,
I had
look.
my pieces.
He is.
I think I do recognize him.
He's a pocket
Anyway,
sized man.
Would you want guns in the UK?
No.
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 See, I've said before, I wouldn't trust people in the street with guns in the UK because UK crime's bad, like knife crime.
I don't think our crime's as bad as America, though, where they...
Our knife crime's really high.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I see as American warrants having guns. Because of the burglaries and the drive-by.
But
then
that's the
why
thing, right?
would they have it?
I would like the idea of having a gun in my house if I ever got broken into.
I wouldn't.
What, you could just shoot them?
That's why I wouldn't.
You don't want to shoot them?
No, but what if you think you're being broken into and you're not? It's
You shot Granny.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My dad walks in the door.
You shot him.
Whatever. And he's deadly silent. He'll be downstairs, and if I'm upstairs, he'll be downstairs for like a good 15 minutes
Right.
before I even say, Debbie. So in that 15 minutes, I could have gone and got my pistol.
And shot him.
And shot him.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Started blasting. Bam!
Of course, the issue is extremely divisive due to the
I would
country's
have a
high
gun
rate
rack
of
like
gun
this.
deaths.
I would have
Either
him.
way, the idea of having so many guns around is a novel one for many visitors.
Guns. Lots of guns.
Number 6, put sales tax on everything.
Sales tax is paid when you buy something, and the business you purchased your goods from sends that money to the government. There are two types of sales tax. general sales tax, and excise taxes. General sales tax is a tax levied on most goods you buy. Excise taxes are taxes levied only on certain items.
She's lost me already.
Most countries enact a
You know what I
value-added
feel
tax,
on
or
tax?
VAT,
What?
on
Yeah, I
goods
know.
or services purchased within their borders. These taxes are collected from every person in the supply chain, from the distributors to the consumers. The United States is...
I just hear the word tax and I just zone out. I just hate everything
No.
tax. Everything tax.
one of the few to
Everything's
use
taxed
sales
up.
tax,
You get taxed on
which
everything.
not
You
only
die, you
vary
get taxed.
wildly from state to state, but are only enacted after a purchase has been made.
The state treasury depends on sales taxes to pay for road repairs, education, and medical care for children,
But we have
seniors, and the
sales
poor.
tax.
They're also not
does America have car tax? Road tax, where they have to pay road tax every year?
I don't know. I assume
And
so.
car insurance and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
they get car insurance. Sure.
I wonder if their taxes...
I know their taxes are a lot different to ours. Their tax is like more separated, where ours is more combined into one.
Right, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they probably do have to pay car tax and house tax and stuff like that. Because we pay council tax, house tax, don't we?
Yeah.
Listed in the initial price, which can leave foreign visitors
I don't know, they'll let
and
us know
many
in the
Americans
comments.
scratching their head as to why they're being charged more than the price on the product. Better or worse? You decide. It's certainly more confusing.
What's the advice then? If you're going to buy a big ticket item, where's the cheapest sales tax?
Well, you know, you can go online and look at all the sales tax rates for different cities, and if you look at one dealership or one, you know, Best Buy or something like that, you can find the different zip codes and look at the sales tax rates and just see how much that'll little take off, and then take your family out for a nice night.
There you go.
Number 5.
Oh, that is a bit.
That's hard work.
Yeah, that is a bit different. So like, let's say you want to buy a car.
Yeah.
In Texas.
Yeah.
But then in California.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Right, even though California is really expensive.
Mm.
Right, you could go to California and get that car cheaper because the sales tax is lower.
Yeah, but but then you've got to get to California
True.
to
You
get
got,
the car.
Yeah, true. It is more effort.
Recite a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
In many parts of the United
We
States,
do not
school
do this.
children and adults in some settings are expected to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
But back then, in 1892, when it was written by
Imagine doing this
Francis
in
Bellamy,
school.
Bellamy was a Baptist minister, and
In school, the kids,
Yeah.
I think like every day, has to do a Pledge of Allegiance.
That's nice.
Oh, you think that's nice?
I like that.
Oh, see, I think like in school, if I had to do that, I'd be like, oh, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Pledging to the UK.
You'd be one of them going.
No, but like, yeah, you're pledging to the UK like
Yeah.
every single day. What you even pledging?
What's ours?
No, we don't have a pledge.
No, we don't. But there's. Oh no.
Yeah, we don't. Do you
no.
even?
No, we don't do.
No,
one.
no. Do you even know the national anthem?
What for that? UK.
Yeah.
What? God save
Our
our
glory.
gracious.
Oh, gracious King.
Oh, it's King now.
Yeah,
isn't
no.
it?
We don't even know that. Like, it's such like a weird thing for
Oh
us.
God, it is.
in conjunction with a magazine called The Youth's Companion, he wrote this, at that time, 23-word Pledge of Allegiance.
This is an expression that they will be loyal to the USA and is usually performed daily while looking at the nation's flag, which you will find hanging everywhere, by the way. This isn't something other countries do. They might salute or respect their flag and country, but to make school children recite an oath to the country,
Is that
the
what they
pledge
actually
has been the
do?
subject of plenty of...
I thought that was sign language.
I think that was sign language.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But yeah, they get all the kids to make a pledge to America every day during school. I'm telling you right now, let's say we did that in the UK, they would not be doing that.
No, they wouldn't.
Kids won't be doing that. They won't.
And they won't know what they're pledging to. What are we pledging to?
Just like respecting the UK.
Well, that's not going to happen, is it? That
Controversy
definitely
within
ain't
the
gonna
US too, particularly since it mentions God. While some
But that's-
schools
they're
no
so
longer
patriotic,
require it, it remains a widespread practice.
Bottom
We're
line
not.
is we all look different, sound different, but we are all on the same team.
Number 4, watch ads for prescription drugs.
Yeah,
Aside from New
that's
Zealand,
weird.
the United States is the only country in the world that advertises prescription drugs
is
directly
weird.
to consumers. Every day, Americans are bombarded with ads for prescription medications, featuring generic, pleasing imagery and a list of...
See, this just makes me like think that like it's just more of a business world. Like they're not for your health, but business. Like, hey, you got a headache? Try this brand new drug, what doctors do not recommend today for $20. You're gonna be thinking, mate, what's that gonna do? We're so used to just like doctors recommending us what to get.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is like companies wanting your money.
And we have to go to a doctor's to get the prescription to get the
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah. Whereas like they're just like, yeah, buy this drug today.
In America, I think you can actually buy antibiotics over the counter.
And we can't.
We can't.
Oh, really?
No, it has to be prescribed.
Side effects longer than a flagpole.
Side effects may include upper respiratory infection, stuffy or runny nose, and sore throat and headache.
Many people,
Imagine hearing that
Americans
on an
included,
advert.
are baffled by the practice, as doctors and not patients are meant to decide what drugs to prescribe.
Right, yeah.
Proponents claim that advertising increases competition and lowers drug costs. Meanwhile, prescription drugs are typically far more expensive in the United States, as the U.S. doesn't regulate or negotiate drug prices.
Like with adverts like that, like you're trusting the person. Now, not everybody's smart. There's a lot of dumb people out there.
Yeah.
You're trusting the person to get their own medicine based on the advert.
And what happens if they've got a few elements going on? They see these adverts and they're getting, oh,
Yeah, they
I need
think
that,
they
I
need
need
it.
that,
Yeah,
I
they
need
think-
that, I need
yeah.
that. And then they're taking too much. There's no one there to control what they're taking.
Yeah,
so,
true.
overdose.
Yeah, I do find drug adverts very, very weird.
Number 3, put months before days.
Okay,
Most
this
of
is-
humanity marks calendar dates
This
as
is easy
being
to get
day
used to, though.
first, then month, then year.
It's the date.
You know they do that, right?
No, I don't.
Assuming the first two nights.
Wait, you don't know they do that?
No.
No.
So they don't have like the 1st of October.
No, it's October the 1st.
October the 1st. That's weird, isn't it? Have they always done that?
Yeah.
Have they?
Yeah.
What? That, yeah. Weird.
To be fair, the way they do it don't make sense.
Right.
Because like you think it would either go smallest to biggest or biggest to smallest.
Yeah.
So like I'd understand more like the year, month, day. But they'd go month, day, year. We go day, month, year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's the way that they say it. They say like October the 1st. October the 30th.
And we say the 1st of October.
We say the 1st of October.
Yeah.
But me watching these videos and like when I open my American Snacks, I kind of like just automatically just change it now. So like, it's kind of
Oh, because I've just looked at some snacks what you got, and
Yeah.
I've just said that
It's out of date.
these are out of date.
no, it's swapped.
So they're not out of date.
No.
That's hard. I won't be able to get used to that. So
Would you
if
do
I
it?
went to America and I was looking for sell
You've been
by
thinking everything's
dates,
out of date.
everything would be out of date, and I'd end up having to fly back to England because I'd be starving.
Somebody has some big old space date, then you've got year, month, day. It's the other way around like it is in America.
Or else the opposite as year, month, then day. The reasoning is that you can go from the shortest value to the longest or vice versa. Yet the United States and parts of
These are
Canada
gonna be
issue
different.
both
That
these
confused
formats by
me,
putting
that
the
would.
month first, then day, then year. The US has been using this format basically since its founding, although
Right.
it has used the day first format interchangeably too. The exact reason why is debatable, but as far as practicality goes, it can be useful when filling out forms to know which month it is before which day or year. Number 2, go bankrupt from healthcare. Medical costs are the cause of over 60% of all
They can be-
bankruptcies
yeah,
in the
they
United
can be
States.
high.
In 2017, 1/3 of the money raised on GoFundMe went towards medical campaigns.
Wow.
And the site raises $650 million a year for more than 250,000 medical campaigns.
I heard a story, a news article. It literally happened a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
and it was funny, right? So an ambulance
Yeah.
hit someone in America.
Right.
Hit someone,
Mm.
then put them in the ambulance and took them to hospital because they hit them. Right? The person then woke up in hospital and then got a bill for being hit by the ambulance. Because you have to pay to use the ambulance. Obviously, he's going to sue the hospital and he's going to get the money. But That's what happens in America.
That's bad.
Yeah, like you will have to pay for any medical care. Any medical care. Even if you got your leg chopped off. You would have to pay.
But people can't afford it. Some people can't afford it.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Like a lot of people go into debt.
That's really sad.
But then a lot of people will have like insurance and cover and stuff like that.
And we take that for granted, don't we? We do.
I don't like the NHS. But it is good that it's free.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just it's very slow though. So they probably get better like health care, but they just gotta pay for that health care.
Yeah.
So
Americans experience a variety of unexpected charges while getting much needed care.
Like imagine
From
you're pregnant,
surprise
you gotta pay.
bills to being charged for riding in an ambulance.
According to one study, 71% of all ambulance providers do not take the patient's insurance.
Oh,
That
wow.
same study found that 79% of patients who took an ambulance could get a surprise bill, with an average total...
Oh yeah, yo, imagine that in the UK. They'll be walking to the hospital. They ain't going in an ambulance.
They ain't going in an ambulance.
They'll get a taxi.
And if the ambulance takes them and doesn't tell them that they're going to get billed for it, can you imagine? I'd go, I'm mad.
Around $450.
Drop me off where you pick
In
me up.
some parts of
Take
the
me back.
civilized world, even seeing a medical bill can be an uncommon occurrence.
Right, yeah, it is.
Healthcare worldwide tends to be much more regulated than it is in the U.S. It's either funded through taxes in a single-payer system or else through individual insurers who are more strictly monitored.
Other countries, they don't have this problem. Instead of every private insurance company negotiating with every healthcare provider, there's just this big list. Country, the central government, they go and they say, if you want to sell to us, to all of our people, then here's what you can charge for a
The
test.
thing is, right, I feel like if America wanted to, they could have free healthcare. But it just makes so much money. They won't get rid of it. Because America makes way more money than any other country in the world. Do you know what I mean? So they could, if they wanted to, like if we could afford free healthcare, America can. They make way more money than us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But-
and there must be help for people who can't afford it.
I don't think it is.
There's no help, no benefit, no anything for them.
I'm pretty sure. So like they will take you, and if you can't pay the bill, they will work out like a payment plan. But if you can't even pay the payment plan, then you're just in debt. Like
So if you've literally just cut your arm off,
yeah,
right, and you go to the hospital,
yeah,
and blood everywhere, surely they can't say, I'm sorry if you're not paying for it, and on you off you go.
No, I think they will fix you
They
up.
have a duty of care.
No,
to
you get
do
billed
some-
afterwards. So they will fix you up.
Yeah.
They won't just let you die. Well, I don't know actually.
Well, no, but if you're saying to, look, I've just cut my arm off, I ain't got the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
Would they go, well, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Off you go.
I don't know, because I think they just bill you afterwards. You'll just be in debt. You just owe them money.
What, and pay you bits at a time.
Yeah, I think so. I know there's a lot of people in my stream that's like in debt too.
It's quite alien to us, isn't it?
It's like there's someone in my stream, and it did make me feel bad. And she said like because like everyone was doing like some of the stuff. She was like she wished she could do more, but she's got to pay her expensive chemo treatments,
no.
which actually like us being from the UK makes you kind of feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? Because like
it's free.
they've got cancer, they've got to pay for chemo.
Ours free.
Yeah.
And I would imagine chemo is quite expensive as well.
Oh yeah, it'd be hella expensive. But no, that's just America.
It's sad, isn't it?
Here's what you can charge for an MRI or a prescription for Lipitor.
Bottom line, while there can sometimes be extra charges, for most of the world, medical debt is basically unheard of.
Right.
Except
I do
in
feel
horror
really sorry
stories
for
about
people
the
that
US.
can't afford it.
Can't get a credit card. I can't buy a house. I don't see me ever being out of debt.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos.
By the way, let us know in the comments, because we spoke a lot about this video, but they were like that. I know we talked a lot about this video. Let us know in the comments, like if we said anything wrong or just answer our questions or whatnot. Because we will be interested to see like what actually happens. Like how do they feel about the medical bills and whatnot and their situations.
Definitely.
Or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
This might be one of my longest videos
Number
on
1,
YouTube.
use the Imperial Measurement System.
Can you explain
Oh, do you know this?
how the country that can send men and hopefully women to the moon
Yeah, all and
still
beyond.
are in gallons and inches? And when the entire world is metric, I do not understand this.
Okay, so we're weird. UK.
Yeah.
We use both.
Use what?
The metric system, the imperial system. So the metric system is centimeters. I don't know, bro. One of them's kilometers per mile, and one's miles per hour. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I know, but we use both.
Right.
So like we use feet, inches, centimeters. We just use everything.
Millimeters, inches.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they just use one part, and the rest of the world use another part. So like, you know, kilograms.
Yeah.
And then pounds.
Yeah.
They're different metric systems.
Yeah. And we use pounds and stones.
And kilograms. I use kilograms.
Oh, do you?
What do you use?
Pound and stone.
That's what I'm saying. We use, like, we're confusing.
Yeah.
So I
won't know what yours is.
I think I use the American one, and you use the.
So if I stood on the scales,
yeah,
I would weigh so many stones, so many.
See, I set mine to kilograms.
Oh, see, I wouldn't understand that.
But our weights are in kilograms. I don't know. Yeah, we're weirder than America for this, but the rest of the world will think America's weird for this.
Are 3 countries in the world that don't use the metric system: Myanmar, Liberia, and the United States. Objectively, metric is the less arbitrary measurement system.
Yeah, so look.
United States. Objectively.
So, America uses pint, quart, feet, yard, ounces. We don't use yard. We don't use ounces.
We do use yard.
See, that UK is confusing.
We do use yard. We do use feet.
I know the drug dealers use ounces.
Quart, pounds, pints. We use. What's the other one?
Oh yeah, we do pints actually.
Yeah, pints.
Oh, we're confusing.
Yeah, and what's that one?
That?
The one at the end.
Ounces. No, I can't see that.
No.
But we also use liters.
Pints, liters.
We use everything.
Ounce. That one, ounce. Yeah.
We're weird. We're weird.
Do they not use that?
They don't use. No, they don't use. They use this.
Yeah.
But they don't use like centimeters.
Millimeters.
Meters. They don't use.
We've got loads, then. We use loads.
No, yeah, because we use them all. Yeah, it's weird.
We're just so complicated.
It's weird. It's weird.
Metric is the less
We're so
arbitrary measurement
complicated.
system, since everything goes by tens. Even Britain and Commonwealth.
Oh, this is a good one to understand.
Okay.
They use Fahrenheit. We use Celsius.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's their system.
Right.
We don't use Fahrenheit. That's
No,
one that we
we
don't
don't.
use from them.
Countries have converted.
The point is, the US system has always been a little more accessible than metric. Sure, stacking up 12 thumb widths to make a foot, that's still kind of weird, but it's not so weird that we're clamoring to change it.
Although, admittedly, they do still use measurements like feet
We
and
use
inches
feet.
casually.
Yeah.
So now I can't ask a distance when I visit another country. I'm like, how far is that? They're like, that's 500 kilometers. I'm not in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, the rest of the world use kilometers. We use miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, America use miles. The rest of the world don't.
Oh, America uses miles. No,
Yeah.
they use kilometers.
No, they use miles. Miles
do
per hour.
they?
Yeah, we
Oh,
use miles.
we use miles,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like Spain and that don't. They use kilometers. Weird. Weird.
So, why hasn't the US converted? We'll give you one guess. Did you say it's
Why
got
is the
money?
UK
Because
mixed?
money is definitely a
'Cause
big
we're
factor.
crazy.
Converting to a
We're-
whole new system of
Why
measurement
not?
is expensive.
Messes up
Other
even
factors
more.
include a need for control and stability of the US. So, inertia, basically. Why change when you don't need to?
Exactly.
You
We're
know what your
so
mom says.
confusing.
We
If all
are.
the other countries jumped off a bridge, would the US do it too? Or something like that.
Like it says that we're metric, but we literally use a lot of that non-metric.
Yeah.
A 2015 Rasmussen poll asked Americans if we should switch to the metric system and adopt Celsius as our main temperature scale. 64% said no, while 21%
Honestly, don't switch, because
No.
if you switch, you're gonna end up like us who use
confused.
both. Yeah.
said yes, and the remaining 15% was undecided. So it looks like we're perfectly fine with being different.
I did see that like we used America's system first, and then we did switch. I think that's why we use both.
I think we're just trying to take a little bit of everybody's, aren't we?
I don't know.
And
I don't know what we're
create a
doing.
mess.
Yeah, we're just weird.
Yeah.
But yo, very, very, very good long video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that though. But did you enjoy that?
I did, yeah.
You did.
It was interesting.
Very interesting. Learned a lot of things about America.
I'd like to, can't wait to read the messages of
Yeah,
to
because
see if we're
we did speak a lot about it.
to see if we're right or not.
We need the answers. Make sure you guys do comment.
And I do read the messages, every single one of them.
She does.
I do.
She does. If you guys did enjoy this, you want Mum back, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. And if you want to see me stream live reactions, my mum does make an appearance every now and again. Twitch.tv/L3WG. We'll both see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.